When I'm booked for an event or my team's booked for an event, I like to go all out. I've always had that mindset. The generation that we're in right now, bro, I feel like everyone in the industry needs to support each other. I truthfully feel that there's a lot of people that want to go out that aren't going out right now. My vision was to bring artists. I did that, right? Cool. So now to take it a step further, and I'll drop this here right now.
Hey, voice community. Quick commercial break. Are you running a business and you're looking for a trusted partner to help you brand your business effectively through merch, designs, and branding? I want to introduce you guys to our partners, A+ Branding, a custom printing shop that takes care of all your branding needs. Located in Santa Paula, California, A+ Branding specializes in custom t-shirts, hats, stickers, banners, deco, buildings, or window decals. They do it all. They've helped me a lot personally, ensuring that I am representing my business properly, and I recommend you do too. They have a website that you can design your custom items directly to their online store. You can hop on their site, create your design, and place your order in just a few clicks. Whether you need a single item or a bulk order for your business or event with custom stickers, shirts, or a banner for an event, or even embroidered uniform for your team, they got you covered. On top of that, they'll ship your order straight to your door. You can use the promo code VOICED to get 10% off your first orders over $100 to get started. You can head over to their website at www.aplusbranding.com and start designing today. Now back to the show. What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode here at Voiced Podcast, and we have another amazing guest to join us today. So if you've been around the Ventura County area and you like to go on the nightlife, chances are you've met him and have been to one of his events before, because he likes to make things pop. We have today Devin Smith. He's a host and an MC. He's an entrepreneur. He's an MC for Playground Thursdays. He's the owner of Smitty Parties.
Yes,
right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
And also he has a brand called Positive Vibes Clothing, a brand that stands for advocating for living a positive life and movement.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the show, Devin. How
What's
are you
up,
doing
man?
today?
How you doing?
Good, man. Last time we connected here at A+ Branding was, like you said, you didn't even see this spot before, right? So what do you think?
This is crazy. This is amazing.
Yeah, thank you, man. I mean, it's still in development, but I have a team that helps me out with this, so we're able to put this together. Yeah. So I'm very grateful for that. So, and I've been trying to get you on this show, and
I know
we've been busy, right?
Bro, I know. It's like boom, boom, boom. I was like, yo, we got to just lock it out. I was like, just lock in the date. Let's do it. Let's get it in.
I end up just doing it for him. Usually, I send out a link for people. They book it. I'm like, oh, okay, I have to do it.
He hooked me up, man.
So for this episode, guys, we're gonna go a little bit about his background and how he got involved. What's the industry like with working with artists and events and the nightlife, as well as just like how or what inspires him to do what he does. So if you guys stay tuned, we're also going to be doing a giveaway. Ooh. So make sure you guys stay tuned, because there's only going to be a few people that are going to be able to acquire this, and it will have an expiration date. So by the time this is dropped, those people that first tune in and get that and give them the keyword will be able to take advantage of that. So welcome to the show again, Devin.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man.
Of course, man. I'm glad. So let's dive into a little bit. So for anybody who doesn't know you, let's get a little background of who you are and how everything unfolded for you.
Okay, cool, man. We can just start. My name's Devin Smith, 29 years old. Started the party promotions about 10 years ago, actually 11 now. I'm a caregiver for mentally challenged adults. That's like my 9 to 5. And then, I do the nightlife, every Thursday, Playground Thursdays, different dates. Like tomorrow, by the time this interview drops, it's not tomorrow, but we're going to Hollywood, and give me a cool little section out there, bring the people, get a whole little vibe. Let's see. The clothing brand started in 2019. That was really cool. I just, thought to do a drop and see how it would do, and the response was crazy. So, good person. I'm a caring person. Played football, graduated at Ventura College. Yeah, man.
I definitely like that about you. You give off a very positive energy for sure.
Right. Yeah.
Always about that life. I mean, you represent a very outgoing and charismatic energy, I
Right.
might even say. I mean, every time I've gone to events before the six
Yeah. The
shutdown,
sex. Yeah.
you know, yeah, bro, you're always, you know, very inviting for me and Josie, and you always was just welcoming overall, you know.
Yeah, that's the main goal, man. Keeping everybody happy, smile, and laugh, have a great time.
So speaking of which, I mean, you know, obviously you got into that like 9 or 10 years ago.
Right.
What made you decide to go in that route?
So there was this dude out here. His name was Dre. Shout out to Dre. He had like a business called Top Floor, and I was going to Ventura College at the time, and being in the college life, he's like, oh, let's link up. Let's see how many followers you got. Let's compare. Let's do this. So he started taking me on the journey of going to like Hollywood, doing Hollywood events. So I really got this scene probably about like 11 years ago. And I was going to these concerts like Little Baby, like a whole bunch of Migos.
Nice.
Just like a lot of different artists events at Ohm nightclub, is what it was called at the time. And then I got into the promoting industry shortly after that. But what really like was like, dang, like you could be able to do this. You can do this on a different platform. You can do it how you want to do it. Was when I partnered up with this one person, that I'm not going to talk about. But, I had like 100 people. I think the venue was like 100 people and it hit capacity.
Nice. Wow.
And so then I was like, dude, we got to find a bigger spot. So he helped me get into another spot. Then I started just throwing events like every week or every other week. And then it just like became popping, and shout out to my brother, Defo the Ratchet guy. That's like my guy. That's my DJ, business partner. It was funny because he was coming to the events. Just a little short story. He was coming to the events like partying, and I was like, hey, you know what, bro? Like you always at the events, like let's do something. So I was like, man, I'm gonna get him like his little mixer that he has, and he started becoming a DJ, and it was pretty crazy how it took off. Like, and now he's like really good at it, and like we're locked in. So it was pretty cool, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, it sounds like you have a bit of a team right now that you're running with, right?
Well, I have a little team. It's not too big. There's some companies that have like a huge crowd and like a huge amount of people. I would say. I'm really down to like 3 or 4 people.
Okay. Main core.
In the inner core. Drew, Defo, A-Tray, just like to name a few, Photo Guy Rick, cool. So just to name a few, and it's going good, man. I love the little team we got.
I mean, I also imagine with the amount of connections you've acquired in the past, 10 years,
right.
You also have all these like plugs that you can, endorse or, guides or maybe an event that you want to promote, right?
Yeah, like, one of my big mentors nowadays is, Cool Kid JoJo, a business owner,
dope.
Runs Besso Production. Shout out to him and Diego. But yeah, they teach me a lot, just from learning. I like to learn, listen, and be calm and try to understand if I don't agree with the situation.
Right.
And, those are my mentors I go to so they can kind of help me and guide me through everything.
Nice,
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, before all this, have you always been like entrepreneurial or was it more of just the excitement and the vibes that really brought you into this industry?
Yeah, man. I mean, before this, my first job was Burlington Coat Factory. So I was doing that whole thing. And I'm like, dang, I'm not making that much money here, but I'm getting up at 6 in the morning. And then, I got into my dad's a caregiver as well.
Okay.
He's been in the industry for like 22 years or something crazy. So I kind of grew up around it. His clients coming to my sporting events. And then, from there, I just was like, man, I got to do something. So, I thought the promotion thing was going well, going good, and then I was like, I got to do more. So let me do the clothing, and just it was cool, man.
Slowly building, right?
Slowly building up.
You definitely give me the guy who I would see at a party in high school that was most admired and very outgoing, and definitely one of the cool kids.
Right. Yeah.
You play football too, you said, right?
Yeah. I
Okay. For
played
college
football.
or for high school or for both?
So both. So like I grew up playing baseball, basketball, football,
Okay.
flag football.
So sports guy before.
Sports guy, yeah.
Mhm.
And then I slowly transitioned into just football and basketball.
Nice.
Then I would go to like Las Vegas, like all these tournaments and do AAU, basketball
Okay.
events. And
Love
then,
that.
I was doing Pop Warner football and just kind of grew within the community. And then I ended up going to Ventura College and playing basketball
Nice.
there, for a year. And then I just was like, man, that's when I was like, I need to step away. I had bills. I got like a lot of different stuff. So, I started like, I got to make some money. And that's when I started my clothing brand.
Right.
Did everything as far as entrepreneurship.
So definitely a hustler for sure.
Yes.
You want to do more.
For sure.
Okay, cool. And when you were going to college at the time, when did you realize that this was something that you wanted to continue doing? Because some people, they jump into things and they realize that this wasn't for them.
Right. I literally was playing basketball. It was like 2 days, pretty much like morning, night, morning, night, morning, night. And then I realized after my first year there, I was like, man, I have to do something. And so what pushed me to do something, and I just was like, man, I see all these nice clothes, like how do I get into this industry? Yeah. So I'm just asking other people. Shout to Martine from Addiction Brand. He actually helped me through a lot. Like he printed my first 25 shirts, showed me the moves, the ropes, the strings, and that's where I kind of branched off and did my own thing. He's always welcome. He's the one that created my logo, and then it just took off from there, man.
Yeah, because I imagined also when you're wanting more, right, and you're in a certain situation in life and you realize there isn't a route, but you find that outlet, you tend to kind of explore a little more. You find fascination in it and you want to grow with it, right? So that's pretty cool that you were able to find a direction for yourself. And as far as throughout the years, how did you see yourself grow while you were building your businesses?
I see myself grow a lot, man, and that really comes through
or even influence,
Yeah, that comes through experience for me. You're gonna fail. It's okay to fail. How are you gonna pick back? Like, how are you gonna get back up on your feet? Are you gonna just stop and just stay steady, or are you gonna keep going and strive to be,
love that,
better and strive at your, craft and what it is that you want to do?
Yeah.
So I just kept going, man, and I just kept motivating myself, and like I said, having a good team around you, is amazing.
Yeah.
And just good people, good energy, like. Positive vibes is more than just a clothing brand. It's like I want people to live a positive life, and when they wear the brand, have it mean something to them. You know what I mean? So I try to create clothes that I feel that is positive and gives like a good energy. Like, oh man, like make people feel good about themselves.
Something to remember and something to stand for.
Right.
Is always that. That's why I love working with brands. It's not just about what they sell or what they do. It's about what they stand for, what they're actually serving in the aspect,
Right.
So I think that's pretty cool that you have that direction. Now, growing with the industry, I mean, you mentioned, don't stop, right? Like, don't quit.
Right.
Where, for me personally, from my entrepreneurship journey, when I got out of college, I knew that I've always wanted to get into business.
Right.
But I've had a few mentors, but I've never found myself finding something that I was able to be really good at.
Right.
So I've always just built up skills. But there were many times when I thought that, damn, maybe this isn't for me. You know, for your journey, do you recall times that you feel like, okay, well, maybe this wasn't for me? And then how did you go about it?
Let's see. With the clothing brand, honestly, that comes natural just because I love clothes. I love fashion. So that kind of like, I'm always going to be motivated. But you hit a rock sometimes and it's like, are you going to hide under the rock? Or are you going to throw that rock away and just keep going.
Right,
Because you
right.
can have a bad drop. Let's just say you think it's the best thing in the world, but to other people, they don't see it that way, and that's fine. So it's like, if it just sits on the shelf, like, are you gonna get discouraged, or are you gonna keep building and making a new,
Reinventing yourself,
like,
right?
yeah. So like a different design, let's say, or something like that. And I just always felt just keep going. And then as far as like the party promotions and stuff like that, like, it's just crazy. Like I literally started like from here, and I kept climbing into like 2024, and they said it takes 10 years, for whatever, for your business to really start elevating and kicking in. And I've been fortunate enough to bring like my favorite artists out here, man. Like, I brought over 10 artists, I think, this year alone, and it's been the freaking greatest experience of my life.
Would you say this has been one of your peak highlights?
Oh, for sure. Like, I've always said, like, even like a couple years into it, I'm gonna bring him one day.
Okay.
And then to actually, like, and I'm talking about RJ, Mr. LA.
Yeah. I was gonna mention a couple of these artists that you've been able to bring on, like OGZ, Jane and Lexus, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pretend like I know everyone,
right? No, that's all
right?
good.
But like I've seen them around or have heard their music somehow.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, working with big names like that, how has that transpired your vision and your business overall?
Right. I mean, obviously working with somebody else's favorite artist is like amazing. Like, the experience, I can't really get into detail with it because it's not like you're talking to all of the artists directly.
Yeah.
But
You're working with a group, right?
You're working with their team and their management, and then some of the artists I've obviously grown like personal relationships with.
Love that.
But back to this RJ situation real quick. There was about a show he did in Ventura Majestic Theater, and it was probably like 2008, bro. I was a kid. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna bring you one day here. And I don't know if he remembers it, but I still have a video that basically was like, yo, like a fanning. And then now it's to have like this experience to where, I'm growing and seeing him elevate as well.
Right.
To where it's like, I literally just got off the phone with his manager probably 20 minutes ago.
Wow.
Before I came here, and he's like, hey, I have this big show at the Hollywood Palladium. Like, can you bring a party bus? I'm like, let's do it. So, I'm gonna bring a party bus. I think it's September 14th.
Okay.
And pretty much building this relationship with these artists is just tremendous. Like, I went to San Diego one day, and he happened to be out there, and he was like, yo, pull up. So I pulled up, and I'm not expecting nothing of it, but I booked him one time at this point, and now it's just crazy. It's like having your favorite artist and having a actual relationship with him, like business wise. But I'm just saying, like, is a great feeling, and being able to bring them to the city I call home, Ventura,
for sure,
it's crazy. It's just like, to me, it's crazy. Like, you mentioned OGZ. Like, who would have ever thought I can bring like OGZ? I can bring freaking Jaden Alexis. All these artists.
That was wild to me. And we were at Vegas at the time when we saw that, right? One of them, I was like, damn, bro. We should have been out there.
And just the way the way that I like put it out there, it's like I hint, right? I hint. And then it's just like to party goers, they're like, whoa, what the flip? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's cool, man. It's definitely it brings happiness to my journey because I started here, and now I'm starting to go here and here.
Right.
It was always a dream to bring artists to the city.
Love that.
And they used to have this club called Nickelbees. I wasn't old enough, but they would always have artists there, but they were working closely with the radio station, right? And to say that I'm bringing all these artists to Ventura, let's say Oxnard, is the next step, but it's just wild because I talked to my mentors about how they ran it back in the days and how different it is now because of technology and like, but a lot of it is just really building and connecting with people. Like, I wouldn't I've never known who you were without this person or this person.
Yeah.
Then like now we're doing an interview together.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the connections is very key.
Yeah.
And you know, but
I think that's the cool thing about, you know, when it comes down to pursuing whatever it is you do, because you never know who you're going to meet in the journey.
Right.
You know, and I imagine too, like some of these artists that you've been able to work with, I mean, you didn't just crazily like come up to you, right? Like you worked through different connections
For
to
sure.
be able to get there, right? Can you
For
talk
sure.
a little about how you were able to get a hold of or a couple of them, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, man. Like I said, that's why I was saying RJ impacted my life a lot because why? Because when other artists see other artists going to a different place, such as Ventura, and they've never been there before, and I know that there's a following, you know, out here. There's a following in Ventura County, you know. And
there's people out here that people sleep on.
But
right?
see, like my vision has always been like, I don't want everybody to go out to Hollywood to have a great time. You know, just bring something out here and create something to where people want to keep coming back. And, you know, and it just takes a lot of teamwork, I would say. But like talking to managers, other business owners and all that type of stuff, it's like I said, it's like a connection, bro. So it's like a chain of reaction. So like RJ gets booked, right? And then boom, I get hit up by different managers, and you know, and then I'm talking to Lemmy, which is RJ's manager, so he's reaching out to his people. Hey, maybe we can get this going and this going. Oh, I'll tell him about you. You know, So that OGZ connection really happened through Lemmy. You know, shout out to Lemmy, but he was like he basically told OG's manager like, hey, like this dude's legit, like. Nice. You know, the spot's legit, everything's legit. So just having that good vibes and good energy in Ventura, you know, really just helps spread the word to get other artists.
But I mean, I also imagine you had to have a good, you know, reputation and as well as a track record, right?
Exactly. So
like you had to have something to show, like, hey, look, these are the things that I've done, and this is the amount of people we've been able to bring. And at the end of the day, right, artists are businesses, right? They course. Need to just cool. They do it for passion, and this is something that they started with. But at the end of the day, you know, we pursue something that we can sustain, right? So you have to provide something for that value, right?
Oh, of course. I mean, artists, and this is one thing that I need everyone to understand.
Let's drop it.
I need it. I need just like to get it out.
Let's get it out.
Having an event is not just, oh, I'm going to the party. For me, anyways, I have to book DJs. I have to help with security. I have to have a strong team. I have to talk to, you know, the business owners. You know, I have to talk to a lot of different people.
You're event coordinating.
Basically, it's an event coordinator, yes. But, you know, so when people ask, can I get them for free? Can I get them for free? Can I get them for free?
You're asking about the work that you don't see.
It's not even that. It's like, OGZ's not coming for free, respectfully, right? All these artists are not coming for free. So I'm putting a large investment because I can see you take a gamble. It's pretty much taking a gamble. That's really all it is. And I've just been fortunate enough to have a team behind me, supporters, and you know, business owners to make it happen. But I need people to understand, like, the free events, they're always going to be there, right? Because we're in Ventura County, a lot of stuff is free. But when it is paid events, you're paying to have a great time. You're paying to see one of your favorite artists, or you're paying, you know, basically people don't see the behind the scenes, which is, you know, booking the DJs, getting like this organized, coming to the event a couple hours earlier, you know, just weeks of planning. And, you know, for me, it's like, it's an investment, but it's an investment, and I don't know if I'm gonna make my money back. I never know. You never know, right? Because you don't know who's coming. You don't know. You know, you can see by responses, and you know, but you never know. And I don't do it to make. I do it to make money, obviously, but I do it really to bring that Hollywood feel to Ventura, to Oxnard, to wherever I'm at, and that's because I'm just tired of people going and thinking we're just, you know, a city where we just boom, like we're just it's a one stop.
Like why can we have that?
Why can't we have that feel, that Las Vegas feel? Why can't we have that Hollywood feel? Like, you know, and it's always going to be different, but we can try. I can try my best to bring that.
Absolutely.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I think it's cool that you're able to bring that. I mean, there's a lot of people here who take pride in their city, and being able to bring something from other cities and take it into this culture is one of the few pleasures I've been able to have to discuss about in years, So, but yeah, man, I think that's really awesome that you're pursuing something bigger. Now, I gotta ask. I mean, I work with a lot of businesses,
Okay.
right? Small businesses, and obviously, when you throw these events, right? Yes, it's for the artist. Yes, it's for your business, but also you're partnering up with restaurants or bars or event locations or venues to bring revenue for them. If you don't mind sharing, what
Yeah.
are some tips that you think that like businesses need to understand, especially when they're trying to go about it in a nightlife marketing aspect? Because I do a lot of marketing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm curious to know, like, hey, like, how can they do better?
So as far as like, are you speaking of like how can owners do better as like?
Yeah, what do they need from someone like you or people who are a part of those events so that those can run successfully?
Just have an open mind, man. Just like really have an open mind. I understand that there's a lot of businesses out there, and I understand there's certain ways people like stuff done, but there's also like let's say owners like are not typically, but like they've done all this before, but that was back in the days. So if you kind of have that new mindset, it's like we have to keep evolving. We have to keep evolving. Even like myself, right? Like, yeah, I'm 29 years old, talking to somebody, 55, however old, right? But it's like I do have knowledge, and I know what the party goers nowadays want, and they want to see and what they're looking for. And, so just, I guess, have that open mindset to where, don't have that know-it-all mindset.
For sure.
Have an open vision and just hear anybody else trying to do it
Love that.
out. Just hear it out. And, just try to make them feel like they're being heard. Whether you do it or not, just any little thing, it does help.
I also do see that with a lot of businesses is that they're too close with the traditional ways,
Right.
which there's nothing wrong about. However, if you want to sustain or maybe acquire more market share, you definitely have to be a little bit more receptive, right?
Right.
So pivoting to that same direction, right? With businesses, with events, you work with big artists, but also a lot of small artists to
for
help
sure.
promote, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, can you give a little bit of insights for any artists out there that are trying to get involved or put themselves out more? So at some point, maybe they can, be that OGZ or some of these other big artists that
Right.
you work with.
Yeah, man. I did this whole promoting thing, not making a dime for about a year and a half before I started seeing
Really?
any income. And I didn't even know I could make money in it. So it's kind of like a passion you have to
Love
have. Have a passion, have a drive, and really strive to be the best version of yourself. Don't try to be an OGZ. Try to be yourself.
For sure.
Because being yourself, being weird, being goofy is always going to be better than portraying an image that you're not. And that's just being honest.
For sure.
I do understand that sometimes you have to have a certain image, whether it's in the industry or not. I understand that aspect of it, but still stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
And, my DMs are always open as far as like if it's a local artist, like I like to, on my Thursday events, my Playground Thursday events, I like to do free, and I like to give upcoming artists or artists in general an opportunity to perform on the stage, because maybe they don't have that following that I may have, but everything together flows. And a lot of these local artists out here, like I was their first ever performance.
That's awesome.
And that to me is pretty cool, because now I see some of these artists doing crazy stuff and good events, and really like they found themselves. So I have a passion to help people, but I would definitely say that if you're a local artist, try to have your own team. You're gonna fail, and that's okay. And if you don't get the response you get, just try to look at the brighter side. You did it. you tried this, let's try a different direction and just keep going. There's more songs you can do, different vibes, whatever. But having a cameraman, like if you do shows locally, like even if it's just like, let's say Playground Thursdays at my events or whatever, it like seeing yourself in a camera, like on your phone or whatever, you can critique your own self, right?
Yep.
So
for sure.
So what I'm saying is, make sure you have something, and everyone has a phone nowadays. You can do a phone. How can you get better for the next time?
Love that.
You know, and like I said, I don't just book them one time like local artists. I keep them coming if they want to come. If you want to showcase your talent, showcase it. You know, why not? Why can't we all work together? And that's go ahead.
But I mean, I was gonna say it, but I also think there's value in, you know, creating that team, linking up with them to build that community and build it up, right? Because I mean, I imagine every artist, if as they get better, right, will attract people, right? Different types of people. And then the more they link up with other people, right, the more collectively they could win together. Yeah, they might not all get there at the same pace, at the same speed, or at the same result. However, working together will allow them to tap into each other's insights or connections, right?
Yeah. So, you know, actually just like doing this interview, like I just came to like a realization. What I think we should do out here is
have some ideas.
Have a mixer.
Okay.
You know, like every 3 months or something, right? And like have all the local artists come together, have maybe the business owners.
Dude,
just invite everyone. Yeah. Right? And whoever comes. But I am gonna say that don't just stand there. Like talk, like you could talk. You might find your next producer. You might find somebody you want to collab with. You know,
or you might be on this.
Somebody
podcast.
might be scared to talk to somebody. Just hitting them up through a DM. You know, if everyone's at one event and like we just. You know, it's like a mixer, you know, so just talk to everybody. Hey, who are you? What do you do?
Yeah.
You know, I have an idea.
Okay. No, I like it. I'm glad that we're able to host an idea that you sprouted from. So, I mean, we're definitely, you know, we love supporting. We have some other ideas as well. Right. I also do agree that not just in the artists, but in many like group settings or industries, there is a lack of support or just a lack of, collectiveness in me. And I get it. I've been so busy. I haven't had time to be able to become a part of events, you know? But I do agree that every time I do get invited or maybe I have some ideas, I try to invite as much people as I can because it's not just for me. It's so that I can connect somebody to the next valuable thing to elevate whatever it is they're trying to go for in life.
Right.
You know? So I definitely do. Yeah, man. If you got that idea, let's run that shit.
Yeah,
man.
dude. Like seriously, like even like, you know, we all should support each other, right? Like what I mean by that is like, okay, he is a local clothing brand. Like you never know how it might make somebody feel to have purchase a local, you know, like a local clothing brand. You know, like we purchase all these brands, right? That like like Gucci, like all this stuff. We don't even know the owner. We don't, right? And we know that in this small area, the Ventura County area, people are trying to do stuff, right? So like you have your own podcast. Like there's other people that have podcasts, you know, have collective ideas together. I mean, you never know. Like being at the mixer and your podcast, you guys may do things a little different, which is dope, but why not talk to each other to try to elevate your guys? You never know, you know, so.
I actually wanted to throw an event a while back at one of my recent clients that I had to kind of step away back from because I had a different project where we wanted to bring maybe like creators or collaborators. And I want to bring the world of those people who like creating content or just want to collaborate more and, you know, eventually get paid for it with businesses who need marketing. Because I'm a big fan of small business.
Oh, for sure.
You know, I love, you know, these mom and pop shops who started from nothing and wanted to create something for themselves because we're literally living in the best country in the world where we can pursue whatever the fuck we want.
Right.
You know? So, yeah, I think that idea with what you had for the artists,
artists, creators, anybody, you know, just shoot, tell a friend to tell a friend. Like you never know, because a lot of people are shy. Some people don't want to do the DMs. They don't want to do the Instagram. Some people like in face. Some people don't. But you never know if you don't ask.
Yeah, I gotta ask. Working with like some of the big brands and artists, right? What has been what are some I guess, what's the difference with working with? What type of work does it require to set something up like that compared to some of the smaller events, or are you putting in about equal amount of effort?
Honestly, when I'm booked for an event or my team's booked for an event, I like to go all out, bro.
All
Like,
out. Okay.
I've always had that mindset.
Love that.
Like, I just feel like the generation that we're in right now, bro, I feel like everyone in the industry needs to support each other, right? Because honestly, I truthfully feel that there's a lot of people that want to go out that aren't going out right now. And my bigger vision, my vision was to bring artists. I did that, right? Cool. So now to take it a step further, and I'll drop this here right now. I would like to get all the DJs, a lot of local artists, and throw something at like the Ventura, like how the Ventura County Fair has that or whatever, like something big, like huge, like get everybody involved. Because why? Because now, like, do like a once a year type of event.
Shit, bro, count me in.
No, it was for real, bro. Like, but like on a huge platform, like people that I know that are business owners, we all invest and make it happen for the city and have our own Ventura County Fair, but it's all local. And then we can invite everybody. It's open to the public, of course, but with connections I have with artists, like Mambo, he has a lot of connections. Like, Sky, he has a lot of, you guys, A Plus Branding, yourself. So it's just like, if everybody comes together for one big festival, maybe you can call it like a festival, dude, it'll be like crazy. That's a dream of mine. So that's the next, we'll work. We'll work it.
Just know that if you ever need more support on that, we got your back, bro.
Appreciate that, man.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, we got some few events that we're working toward as well, but we're still slowly as a business putting it together.
Nice.
Right? But yeah, man, I definitely love that you have this vision that you want to put people together. So let's talk a little bit about some of your businesses. I mean, you have Smitty Parties and Playground Thursdays. I mean, obviously Smitty Parties is the group of people that you bring to event awareness. Would you say even?
Yeah.
What's the difference with the Playground Thursday? Is that just more like a or a weekly event that you host?
Yeah. So that Playground Thursdays, that started, man, it wasn't called Playground Thursdays, but that started probably going back to Casa Lopez days, which was a
bro, you know what? I just
time
remembered.
ago.
That's when I've seen you. I used to go to Casa Lopez, and I would go with a friend. I remember, then they had this. I don't know how I acquired the event, but I remember that's when I first met you, or not met you, but like I've heard of you and I've seen you MC. I was like, oh, this guy's dope. He's badass.
Yeah.
And then through Joe Z, that's when that's when I learned more of you, and then you started working with A Plus. I was like, oh. Guys, cool as fuck.
Shit. So Playground Thursdays I do every week now. Yeah. It's in Oxnard. Since the 6 closed down, it's called Vita Live Nightclub. Really like the owners over there.
Nice.
Area's not the best, but it's okay. It's okay. We're trying to create a positive atmosphere and a positive event, positive vibes. So having it over there is pretty cool because I definitely see a different crowd than I did when I went to Ventura. Some of the same people, shout out to all the supporters. But yeah, man, it's cool. I've been doing that probably for like 6 years, 7 years, but consistent, like every Thursday. So it's been going on for a long time.
Love that.
And I haven't stopped. We haven't stopped. Whether I'm, maybe once or twice out of the year, I would say that's like we don't do it, but rarely do we not do it.
What can people? I mean, why should people go to this event? I mean, obviously you make it poppin', right? What are they missing out on?
Man, they're missing out on good energy, good vibes, dancing, seeing maybe a local rapper that you never knew about. Supporting local for sure. And really sometimes I do it to help the business out as well, whether they're struggling, whether they're not. But if you don't come, like, that's totally fine. It's your choice, right?
Right.
But, at least people will know that it's there. It's always going to be there, So just type in Playground Thursdays on Instagram and you'll find where we're at. So just like we create different birthday packages for birthdays so they can bring their people and have a great time. Great team as far as security, bartenders, DJs, and it's just lovely seeing people genuinely have fun, DJs perfecting their craft and being able to play on a platform where there's a good amount of people there to where it's like, oh shoot, like feel good about yourself. Kind of like that you just get a haircut feeling. You know what I'm saying?
I love those feelings. So what you're saying is we should party with you, right?
Pretty much. I love it. Party with us, man.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. So if you've made it this far, I think it would be great now to announce that promotion that we have.
Okay.
So just to give a little details for everybody listening, Devin is gonna make this very limited, so it's the first few people, right?
Yeah, we'll do like first few people. Make sure you tune in, listen to the full interview. Follow Voice Podcast. Maybe follow myself if you guys like this interview. And but I want to do like a care package giveaway.
Let's announce it.
So if you are tuned in right now, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway of my next drop that I'm dropping in a couple weeks. We'll do a shirt, we'll do a beanie, and maybe some even sweatpants. For that side, but you have to be following, the Voice Podcast and myself.
Thank you. Yeah, make sure you guys
tune in.
Yes. Also, if you guys, okay, are we limited to the amount or how many?
Yeah. So let's do. We'll give away like 3. We'll give away like 3 care packages.
3 care packages. And what would be the keyword that they should say so that they know that they listened?
Let's do the keyword is voiced.
Voiced? Okay.
Yeah, the keyword would be voiced.
I like it. All right, cool. So make sure you guys tune in to Devin and message you, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
And that's how you will be able to acquire this. And this offer will expire in 3 weeks after I distribute this.
Right.
podcast.
You know what? Actually, let's switch it up a little bit. When this video drops, right? Let's if they made it this far and let's comment voiced under the post, and then you'll be entered, right? And then we'll do a raffle.
Okay,
let's do that.
All right, let's do it. Okay, you guys heard it. So comment when you guys when I drop this.
Yes, sir.
And then that's how you'll be able to participate. And we'll have that little tune out there. And then also we do want to do a giveaway, and this is something that we're working here with A+. We are, if you do comment me or A+ voiced, we are giving away one service to anyone who wants to start their brand, a free website.
Oh wow.
So we'll be able to create a store for you so that your customers can access the merch that you want. So if you ever dreamed of trying to start up your own merch store, we got you.
That's crazy. That's a good value, guys. I'm just letting you know.
That's like 500,000.
It's a good value. Plus, you're around some great people.
Yeah,
so
I want to help people out, and it's something that I had to learn how to use the software for them because we are linking it with A+ branding. So it's definitely a new thing that we want to do to help other people who want to start merch, or maybe you're just an athlete or part of a sports department or a nonprofit or a corporate who want to start a store for your staff. We can do that too. So that's awesome, cool. Going back into it, thank you for that promotion, by the way.
Oh, so yeah, for sure.
Make sure you guys tune into that. All right, let's pivot a little bit with Positive Vibes Clothing. Right. Okay, so, I mean, you said you came up with this a while back. You've always been about the positive lifestyle. You radiate positivity as well. What's your vision with this? I mean, you said you were also very acquainted with fashion.
Yeah. So, man, my vision with this is like, it's crazy because it's like up and down, right? Now I'm at the point with my clothing brand. Honestly, I haven't dropped in a year. And the reason, it's a reason. The reason is I have a vision. My vision is like, if it's not up to T, like to what I want, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
And I've been stuck, right? So that's that hump I was talking about. So I've been stuck, right? And it's like, it's go time. It's go time, you know? So, dropping in 2 weeks.
So you have something 2 weeks from now from this podcast.
But the vision, back to the vision real quick, it's not just taking a picture of the clothes and then, just posting it, right? It's
Right.
like I want a whole team behind it. What I mean by that is I want like a little commercial. I want a couple girls modeling it. I want a couple males modeling it. I want the let's just say the proper photo shoot before I drop anything.
Love that.
I already have artists in the clothes and the merch, and I still haven't dropped it because I have a vision. Once I check off everything in the vision, that's when it's like press play.
Yeah.
Because I'll have the content to post. So, if you're a clothing brand or want to start your own clothing brand, I definitely suggest you do it. But I definitely also suggest that you do your research and you keep going because you never know. You just never know.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, I want to do my clothing brand. I don't know how. You can always reach out to me as well. I help other brands start their own clothing, and I'll put your logo on it, and we'll figure it out how we can make it happen. But
yeah, and also if anyone is, since we're in that topic, is interested in looking into that, I've never knew about merch and all this stuff before I started working with A+ Branding. So if you guys have any questions, you guys are more than welcome to come talk to our sales guys or our production manager or even me. I can give you some insights that I know, and we can help you put you in the right direction. Even if you're not ready to make an investment yet, we want the next brand to thrive.
right,
You know?
Emcee is lovely, like a place like A+ Branding, because they have their own everything. Pretty much everything's in-house. Great team behind it. They definitely know what they're doing and what they're talking about. They're not gonna just throw you in there like empty, you know what I'm saying? So ask all the questions you have. I think they do stickers. They do a lot of everything. They do, screen printing, everything.
Yeah.
I think I just got a couple.
Actually, you know what, bro? I mean, I don't know if you remember, but you ordered for them a while back. I have something for you, actually.
Oh, okay.
Give me a minute.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Oh, snaps.
I don't know if you remember that.
Let's see if I remember this. Oh, shit. Bro, dang, I forgot all about this. Yes, bro. I definitely remember it. Oh, yeah, right here. Yeah, man. So you see the embroidery work is crazy.
Yeah. That's your design, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
Dope, so this is my design.
Yeah, we just brought it to life. That's
They brought A+ Branding, brought it to life. As far as the embroidery work and
but you know what? Our production manager also seen that you do a lot of heat press. So
oh shoot,
he gave you a stack of
no way
heat DTF sheets direct
That's
to film.
crazy.
So
that's cool. Yeah, so this is direct to film. This is a different method of printing. There's a lot of different methods if you're a clothing brand out there. This is definitely a good printing method, as you can see, on the sheet right here. I think you pay for a sheet and you fit as much as you can, whatever. You could talk to A+ Branding about that, but this is lovely. Thank you.
Yeah. It's all yours now.
Guys.
Hell yeah, man.
Seriously.
So a little gift from them to you as well. So shout out to A+ Branding.
Yes, sir. Shout out to them. Wear this tonight.
Yeah. Also, bro, I wanted to bring up your brand has a very powerful message. Positive vibe. Imagine I can see you bringing a bunch of people who advocate for similar message.
Right. Yeah, man. That's what I'm trying to do. Just obviously anybody can purchase the brand, but if you believe in positive vibes, why not go positive vibes with the merch or something?
There we go.
I'm
gonna have to cop one myself for sure. Cool, man. So right now, I gotta ask.
Yeah.
10 or actually, you said you're 29. We're about the same age.
29,
Okay.
Yes, sir.
When you were 18, I would say, would you have seen yourself the way you are now?
Oh man, when I was 18.
And what do you think your 18-year-old self would tell you?
My 18-year-old self would probably tell me to just do it. Because I'm telling you, I was so nervous for a long time before I just pressed play on it.
Love that.
And it's crazy to think it's been about 10, 11 years.
It's
man.
crazy, right?
Yeah, it's real crazy because that's when it all started, probably around 18.
Would you have did you envision yourself doing it for this long?
No. No, actually. Started seeing a little bit, of money, and I was like, man, I think I could do something with this and create a platform to where it's positive for the community and it's positive for everything that's
I mean, also you work
me.
with big names, and I mean, was that something you saw for yourself, or
No, I
what do you think your younger self would have told you?
like there's no way I can bring this artist here. Like there's no way I'm ever gonna get in contact with this person, and it's all just brainstorming and trying to
Pursuing
make it happen. Yeah,
consistently,
pursue
right?
it. Yeah.
So I gotta say, for anybody, I mean, who's trying to build a brand or maybe work with some of their favorite artists like you have for yourself, I mean, what tips or advice would you give them?
I would definitely say don't be afraid to ask questions. And don't be afraid to reach out to, let's say, managers or business owners.
Right.
Because what do they say? A closed mouth don't get fed.
Yes, sir.
Right. So if you're just silent, you're never gonna, you're gonna stay steady.
You're gonna stay hungry.
And don't worry.
Starve.
Don't worry about if you have haters or people are hating around you. If that's what you truly want to do, just do it. Just go for it, man. Like, don't hold back. My young self was holding back, and I just was like, yo. One moment I just realized, bro, if it fails, it fails.
Yeah.
But at least I did it. So.
But actually, through failure, you probably learn a lot more.
Oh, you learn so much. Let me tell you, learn a lot.
Yeah, imagine, right? Like, I mean, you learn what not to do and what works and what doesn't. Right?
For sure. Yes.
So, yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I also got to ask. I mean, you mentioned you were headed to the party bus in a couple weeks or sometime this week, right? What's in this party bus, or what? Is it exclusive invite only for people? Or
No. It's actually open. I mean, you have to be 21 plus. Let's just say for tomorrow, it's a spot called Episode Fridays where they book me at over there, and we're doing a party bus. So what you get with the party bus, you're going to Hollywood in a party bus. You're probably going to have some liquor in there. You're going to have some girls. You're going to have some males. You're going to dance. You're going to have a good time.
Sounds like a good time.
You're not going to get a DUI. So, you're taking the right steps to have a fun party. And then when you get to the club, also I provide, if you come party with me, a bottle. So you're gonna go to the club. You can have a good time there.
Yes, sir.
It's just a night of fun, fulfillment, and good vibes and good energy.
Love that. So for people who want to party with you or just get a hold of you, where can they find you and your brand as well?
My Instagram at Devin T. Smith has a lot. My Instagram for my clothes is Positive Vibes with a Z. Clothing_co. That's where you can get, my clothing. And then my party promotions Instagram is Smitty Parties.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm actually thinking about rebranding though. So
there's still a lot of room for growth.
Right.
I think for me, I mean, I think about that and, we can always change that. Cool. Well, we're reaching our end in here. I really appreciate your time for joining us here in the podcast, Devin. I got one last question for you. If you can describe yourself as one creature, word, one object, whatever it is, what would that be and why?
One word.
Like it could be an animal or an object.
Okay. Let's just say a tiger. I got it tattooed on me right here. Let's say a tiger. Energetic, energetic. And just a go-getter, like a go-getter hustler, hustler mentality, and always hungry.
Love that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Devin. Well, again, thank you for joining us on the podcast. I enjoyed hearing your story. I hope you guys also got some value. Make sure you guys do the thing that we asked for if you want to participate in the giveaways.
Comment voice when this video drops.
Yes, sir. All right, we'll see you guys next episode.
Peace out.
Hey, voice community, thank you so much for being a supporter of this platform. Our goal is to establish a platform where we can represent voices that empower others to be more, do more, and have more. We advocate for a message to voicing what matters. Through our platform, we dedicate our content through the voices of creators, leaders, communities, and organizations. We vocalize messages and stories representing aligning values through many people's stories. We want to provide content for others who feel like they have no voice or don't feel like they have a direction, feel lost, or need guidance. And through others' voices, we believe that everyone is deserving to pursue a lifestyle that they get to create. We appreciate any support you give to keep our platform growing. If you find value in the content we put out, you can subscribe to our channel or follow us on the podcast platform you're listening to. It really does go a long way, so we appreciate every help you can give us. Thanks again for supporting our platform. We hope to see you guys on the next episode.